ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Wrestling Results here in this channel. AEW Rampage results for October 15th, 2021. This contains spoilers. Tonight's AEW Rampage aired live from James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida. It's Friday, and you know what that means. Our commentary team was Absolute Ricky Starks, the Human Suplex Machine Taz, and Excalibur. The buy-in portion of tonight's event was aired on YouTube. Began with Tay Conti with Anna Jay versus Santana Garrett. Sorry, I have to charge my phone. It's at 20%. I just realized it. Santana used 2 deep arm drags to take down, but Tay blocked a third attempt. Conti rolled around with a waist lock and then an ankle lock, almost a variation of a calf slicer, said Excalibur. Tay kicked Santana in the face for a near fall. Santana rocked Tay with a forearm and followed up with a back elbow in the corner. Santana kicked Tay in the sternum, but then ate a pump kick from Tay. She's motivated, said Taz. Tay nailed Santana with 4 running pump kicks. She pinned Santana after the DDT. Good competition, good fight, but not enough to topple Tay Conti, said Taz. Next we have Bobby Fish versus Lee Moretti. Lee tripped up Bobby Fish and went to work over Fish's elbow. He hit Fish with a crossbody for a near fall. Bobby Fish used a sliding lariat for a 1 count on Lee. There were dueling chants in the arena. Bobby knocked the wind out of Lee with a senton. Fish hit a snap suplex for a near fall. Moretti has heart, said Taz. Fish applied a key lock on Lee. They traded strikes, and then Lee went back to attacking Fish's elbow. Lee busted out a jumping stop. From his arsenal onto Bobby Fish. Lee connected with body shots, but then Fish fired back with a big time roundhouse and a backdrop suplex for a 2 count on Lee. This is a great back and forth contest, said Excalibur. Bobby Fish wrecked Lee with an exploder suplex onto the ropes. Okay. On the ropes. Fish finished off Lee with the knockout shot, roundhouse kick, and pinned Lee. Bobby Fish scores his first victory inside the AEW ring here tonight, said Excalibur. American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus Minoru, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, Suzuki. Tony Khan once again kicking down the forbidden door, said Excalibur. Putting this match together insane, replied Taz. There was a stare down between the two pro wrestlers before the match began. They tied up and I'm tapping out. They tied up and Suzuki brought Danielson to his knees. Dragon popped up and began working on the joints of Suzuki. This is wrestling, chanted by the fans. Danielson went for a rolling knee bar, and Suzuki immediately went for the ropes. Showing great ring awareness, Danielson kicked to the outside of Suzuki's thigh. Suzuki smiled and invited Danielson to do it again. Suzuki got to his feet and he and Danielson traded chops and kicks and forearms. Both these men are battle tested, and we're witnessing a battle, said Taz. Danielson used the hammer on and anvil strikes to Suzuki. The action spilled outside of the ring, and Suzuki clobbered Danielson with a straight punch to the head. Suzuki encouraged Danielson to kick him, so Danielson obligated. Danielson's will kick all day, said Taz. Bryan applied the Cadle mutilation, but Suzuki rolled with it. Danielson transitioned into a pinning position, but Suzuki escaped. Bryan went back on the offense with kicks to Suzuki in the corner. Suzuki whipped Bryan out of the corner and then waffled him with a kick. Suzuki almost locked in an armbar, but Danielson got the rope break with his foot before Suzuki could fully sit out with it. Suzuki turned his attention to the referee and walked right back into a label lock from Bryan Danielson. Suzuki rolled into the ropes for the ring break. This is awesome, clapped the fans in unison. There was an epic exchange of forearms. Suzuki transitioned to the sleeper, but Bryan rolled out. Suzuki attempted to a gotch-style suplex, but Bryan escaped and caught Suzuki with a Busaku knee strike, and Bryan pinned Suzuki. One for the ages, said Excalibur. What a piece of history we just witnessed, added Ricky Starks. Rampage on tonight on TNT began. The first match aired commercial free. CM Punk versus Matt Sydal. Punk used a side headlock takeover. Sydal grabbed Punk's arm with an inside wrist lock. Following up with an arm drag, Sydal used a crucifix pin for a near fall on Punk. Sydal is so shifty and crafty, said Taz. Sydal had a bow and arrow stretch on Punk, but Punk popped out and body slammed Sydal. Punk tried for another body slam, but Sydal countered with an arm drag. Sydal turned Punk inside out with a flying mare. Sydal had Punk in a neck crank while tearing at Punk's knee. Sydal was looking for the lightning spiral, but Punk countered with a dropkick. Sydal charged in with a sliding knee strike on Punk. Nothing but impact there, said Excalibur. Punk body slammed Sydal on the ring apron. Punk came over the top with a rolling senton. Punk hooked Sydal in the corner in the tree of woe. Punk ran into the corner, but Sydal set up, dodging Punk. But both men climbing to the top to the second turnbuckles and knocked each other out onto the arena floor. Sydal clocked Punk with a jumping knee. Sydal was looking for the lightning spiral again, but Punk countered with a neck breaker. Punk used a rising knee strike and then a short arm lariat on Sydal. Sydal ducked a Pepsi twist from Punk and hit the lightning spiral. Punk barely kicked out in time. I have no idea how Punk kicked out of that, said Taz. Seidel was searching for a shooting star press, but Punk sensed it, and Punk caught Seidel with a GTS and pinned him for the win. A win is a win, but Punk just barely defeated Matt Seidel, said Excalibur. Punk and Seidel hugged after the match, a sign of mutual respect. The Runaway, Ruby Soho versus the Bunny. So before we go into this next match, I want to say what a hell of a match between these two. This could have gone Matt Seidel's way if Matt Seidel could have had that 3 count right there and made CM Punk lose his first match in AEW. Yes, it's not AEW Dynamite, but it's still anything can go in AEW Dynamite. Anything. It can be on the AEW other 2 shows that are aired on Monday and Tuesday. And it could happen on Dynamite. It can happen on Rampage, you know? You can wrestle on any of the shows. So the Runaway, Ruby Soho versus the Bunny. Ruby backed the Bunny up, but the Bunny shoved back. Ruby kicked the Bunny in the midsection and followed up with 2 deep arm drags. Ruby blasted the Bunny with the knee. The Bunny charged back, knocking Ruby for a loop with a knee. Ruby tripped up the Bunny. Ruby climbed to the top rope, but the Bunny pulled her down. With Ruby hitting her head on the way down, the Bunny followed up with a sliding lariat. Ruby fired back with a running kicks to the Bunny's head. She followed up with a backdrop suplex. Ruby Soho is building momentum here, said Excalibur. The Bunny rallied back with a German suplex to Soho off the ropes. The Bunny tried to pin Ruby, but Ruby kicked out. Ruby caught the Bunny with a backslide and pinned her. Penelope Ford ran out and attacked Ruby Soho from behind. The Bunny held Ruby up, and Penelope Ford dropped Ruby after punching her with the brass knuckles. Thank God somebody knocked out the freaking shit out of her. It's your main event time. We have a trios match. The Inner Circles, Demon God, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, and your TNT champion, the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, versus the Men of the Year, All Ego, Ethan Page, and Scorpio Sky, and making his pro wrestling debut, former UFC champion Junior Dos Santos, which he shouldn't be in this match anyways. Yes, either should Jake Hager, but he's professional wrestler, not Santos. I'm sorry to fucking say. He's a fucking UFC fighter. He shouldn't be in there. Oh, well, look at Brock Lesnar. Doesn't fucking matter. AEW shouldn't be signing fucking UFC fighters. I'm sorry. But they're supposed to be good team. Oh, good. I don't give a fuck. That's WWE's job. With American we're supposed to be picking up good talent, not fucking UFC fighters. With American Top Team, Dan Lambert, which I fucking hate him. He can't shut his fucking damn mouth. He runs his goddamn mouth to have a fight. And Bodyguard, Jorge Masvidal, which is no bodyguard because he looks like a wrestler. And he doesn't look like a fucking bodyguard. He looks like a fucking wimp anyway. Austin Van Der Ford, Paige Van Zandt, and Dalton Rosata were watching from the front row. Sky rammed Sammy with the elbow strikes. Sammy connected with a back elbow. Sammy backflipped over Sky and hit Sky with a nice drop kick. Jericho tagged in, and then Junior Dos Santos tagged in. Sorry. GDS Bulging Jericho with body shots. GDS dropped hammer fist on Jericho. Hager tagged in, but Dos Santos drove him back. Hager picked up GDS and used hammer fist of his own. And that's the reason why I say that's the reason why he shouldn't be in professional wrestling. GDS had Hager sing stars after a knee to the face. On the outside, Jericho got in the face of Jorge Masvidal. While Jericho was distracted, Ethan Page attacked Jericho from behind. Back in the ring, GDS power slammed Jericho. Sammy tagged in with a springboard cutter, which was very interesting to see. That was an awesome springboard cutter. I called it right when he hit that, too. And then a Spanish fly to Sky for a near fall. Jericho took down Sky with a double sledge and then a lion salt for a near fall. GDS dropped Jake Hager with a knee strike. Hager picked up GDS and drove him through the timekeeper's table on the outside. Sky and Jericho trade forearms in the center of the ring. Sky attempted the TKO, but Jericho countered with the walls of Jericho. Paige Van Zandt distracted the ref of Aubrey Edwards, while Jorge Masvidal hit the running knee on Jericho. Ethan Page wasted no time and pinned the stunned Jericho. American Top Team jumped in the ring and began a beatdown on Jericho. Soon later, Santana and Ortiz sprinted to the ring when they should have came out a long ass time ago, coming to the aid of Chris Jericho in the Inner Circle. I do not know why they didn't come out to the ring with the Inner Circle anyway. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for AEW Live on TNT, which is tonight, but stay tuned in tomorrow when I do my AEW Dynamite reactions and results. Everything will be down in the description down below, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry. And this will be from the James L. Center in Miami, Florida. Tomorrow night, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus Bobby Fish. Next, we have the AAA and AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Brothers, versus a masked team known only to be close friends of Andrade El Idolo. John Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta. Dante Martin versus Malachi Black, which Dante Martin is going to get his head kicked off. And bracket announcement for the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament. And remember, the home of professional wrestling is All Elite Wrestling. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Stay tuned for more wrestling results coming to you more often here on this channel. We are coming back fully now. I'm unstoppable and I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.